80% of parents want a meaningful ban on smartphones in schools. But the government says that this is just a
headline-grabbing gimmick.
That's right. The Secretary of State for Education, responsible for schools and the well-being of our children, thinks that this is just a
headline-grabbing gimmick.
They are out of touch. More young people are being bullied online and more young people are admitting to doing it. Crucially, more young people than ever are not telling anybody that they've been a victim of online bullying, so they are suffering in silence. There's a gap between what parents are being told and what young people are experiencing. Young people complain that this is happening to them on Roblox, Snapchat and WhatsApp. So we need government to stand up to social media companies and manufacturers. We also need to address sales of phones. While some mobile phone companies support not giving kids smartphones, they still run back to school promotions featuring them. The evidence shows that social media is harming young people. In The Anxious Generation, Jonathan Haidt shows us that there is a link between the growth in smartphone usage, front-facing cameras, access to faster internet, and new social media features and the decline of their well-being. Schools report better behaviour and improved grades when they've been able to implement meaningful bans, like some have been able to do here in Kent. There needs to be a wider conversation. Support for parents against the peer pressure to get a smartphone and the dangers of different apps. Support for teachers to implement a ban. Government needs to back teachers, not big tech. They need to back you, not unions. My plea to government is to work with us. You are pushing at an open door. Put tribal politics aside and do what's right for our children. Let's ban smartphones in our schools.
Laura Trott.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We know that smartphones in the classroom have a negative impact on reading and educational attainment of children in general. When in government, we issued guidance to try to ban smartphones in the classrooms, but the latest evidence is clear that they are still far too prevalent in schools. So to fix the problem, guidance needs to be put on a statutory footing. Does the Education Secretary agree that children's education outcomes are negatively affected by smartphones? And if she does, will she back our amendment to ban them from the classroom for good?
So,
Mr. Speaker, I agree that phones have no place in the classroom. It is entirely right that schools take firm action to stop their use, and I know that that is what the vast majority of schools already do. As the Right Honourable Lady just said, last July they said that they didn't need to legislate in this area. Nothing has changed in this time. I back the approach that they took in July in this area. Yet again, another headline-grabbing gimmick, no plans to drive up standards in our schools.